I'm recording this video in October of 25, and I actually hit the 300,000 mark back in June during a road trip. For some background on this video, this is an 07 Tundra. I bought it with 189,000 miles back in 2018. Like I said, it's 2025 right now. And this is an update to the 250,000 mile review. So if you haven't seen that, it's probably a good place to start for some of the context. Basically what I'm going through is some of the items that I've repaired and then the additional things that have broken in the last 50,000 miles. To start, here is the stack of repair bills and receipts from the times I've taken it in for repair in the last 50,000 miles / 2.5 years. And here in the engine, I did a little engine cleaning, made a video for that. Otherwise, the only repair I've had to do was replacing the idler pulley in here. It's given a good bit of noise, and that was the second replacement that I've done on that. Good shape up here. For some of the things I mentioned in the first video, one, I replaced these trim pieces under both of the headlights. I do need to restore these headlights again, but both of these have been replaced. You can see wasn't 100% on the painting, but these aren't bouncing around, flopping around anymore. Also throughout the truck, I did what I'm considering the chalky paint fix. It did help a good bit at first, but some of that chalkiness is starting to come back. You can also see there's a couple spots that the paint is starting to fail. And while we're up here on the front of the truck, I did replace the front shocks and springs right here. Got a separate video for that. And related to suspension, I went ahead and replaced the leaf springs. I put on this pair that's got an extra leaf in it for heavier duty. Got another video for it, but one of the issues that came up was finding the correct size U-bolts for that. So if anybody's done that before and has had luck with a specific type of U-bolt, please let me know what you're using that worked out for you. I still want to get these replaced because they've already kind of rusted over just after a couple months. I also did the window trim replacement because that was kind of peeling and breaking apart. But you can see right back here, it didn't fit too well. I got something off of Amazon, and that's on my list to do a replacement with an OEM Toyota part in the future, but it's working for now. It's not tearing up or crumbling apart. Then I think the last kind of update is that I went ahead and replaced the radio head unit right here with this one right here. I've got a separate video for that too. But again, that was because my old radio, the volume knob was going out. Added benefit to this one is that it has Bluetooth capability. For the next section of the video, I'm going to kind of go through things that I've done and work that I've done in here. And mixed in with that is some of the things that I have on my list to do. One of the things in here is to replace the windshield. You can see that crack right there. I know it's not unique at all to this truck, but it's on my list. Revisiting suspension again. I had to replace these sway bar links. I forget which one, but one of them was making a noise. And so I went ahead and replaced both of them. Saved a lot of money by doing it on my own. It's a pretty easy job. And another repair related to paint. I don't know if you can see these kind of glossy spots right here. Those are all paint chips that I've kind of filled in, but I kind of want to give a follow-up and review on this paint repair kit that I was using. You can see it's not perfect. And really that pen is just for kind of temporary fixes. In my case, I just wanted to stop the rust and get some type of coating on there. But I don't know if you can tell at all. Over time especially, it kind of ends up leaving a dip. You know, so maybe it's worth coming back and adding more paint to fill in some of that. But you can see these right here. It's a bigger dip. That's dirt right there. But these are a bigger dip. And I've got these kind of all over. One, two, there's a bunch right here. There's a few more throughout. But all of these are just paint chips. And like I said, I just did like a filler kit. So you can see these are all new ones that I should kind of do some repairs on, but there's a lot right up here. This is what I'm talking about, wanting to stop the rust. So that's chipped right there, but it's got a little bitty rust spot in there. So those are the ones I'm more concerned about. Here's some bigger repairs right here and new ones that have popped up. And again, this is not unique really to a Tundra or to a Toyota at all. It's just stuff that comes up with the age of a vehicle. There's a little bit of rust right there. That's the kind of thing that I'm really going for on these paint repairs. I know I'm bouncing around, but back inside in the truck in here, that left window, that rear left window does stick sometimes. And the way I figured it out is my dog learned how to roll down the window, and occasionally driving down the highway, he'll roll it down and it won't come back up. I don't use it too much, but it's happened enough that I'm starting to get a little worried about it and may need to start looking into it. I mentioned it in the last video that I've had to replace this before. Had to do it again because the cheap one I bought broke. This one's a little bit hardier, I'd say, and has held up pretty well. And then that brings me to the inside of the bed. You can see that this color's a little bit different right here. That's spray paint. Again, another video, I took this bed liner out, and if there's any spots of bare metal, I'll just put like a real light layer of primer and a little bit of white on top of it. You can see some of that up under here. Most of those spots have some type of little coating on it. Again, just kind of for paint preservation. One thing I have added is this bed extender right here, which has been awesome. It was just a free product from Amazon that somebody sent me to do an instruction video on. One part I don't like about it is you got to drill into the side of the bed, which makes sense for having to install this thing. But I've had this for about a year now. It's pretty useful for a lot of different purposes. It's also really easy to remove it if you need to. But yeah, worth looking into. The last little thing I'll bring up is down up under here. I recently replaced the tire, the spare tire, just because of the age and a little bit of the condition. When I took it out, I noticed there's a good bit of rust kind of on the underside of it. Most of it's just, it's not on any critical areas, but at some point I'm gonna take the spare tire down and do like a rust restoration, paint it a little bit up under it, right around up here. So just another thing, again, with the age of the truck. At 18 years old, it's understandable. That's about it for the update. The last thing I'll show is the gas mileage. You can see right there, 17.4. That's been over about 5,000 miles, but still running, still going well. I was kind of messing around with that stack of receipts, you know, in the first part of the video, but the only thing I've taken it in for was a transmission fluid drain and fill. That's been about it. 300,000 miles, 18 years old. We'll see how much further it can go. And I kind of just went through some of the notes I wrote down and everything from the previous video. If you haven't seen the 250,000 mile review, that's a little more in depth, so go check that out. And as everybody did with the last video, put comments down for questions or experiences with your own Tundra.